Dear participants, on the front lines of conflicts around the world, the International Committee of the Red Cross sees the terrible suffering and destruction caused by war and violence. The physical impacts are devastating and the psychological scars run deep. On my visits to ICRC operations around the world, whether in Syria, Iraq, Yemen or South Sudan, I have met many people who have suffered life-threatening injuries or disease as a result of conflict. Sometimes they are simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught up in a war not of their own making. And all too often children are caught in the crossfire, making up around 10% of the weapon wounded. ICRC's health programming includes hospital services, primary health clinics, first aid and ambulance, as well as mental health and psychosocial support, physical rehabilitation and detention programs. Our medical staff and their local partners often work to save lives and treat patients with limited resources in very challenging conditions. Despite this critical work, health workers and facilities are under attack. We have all seen the visible impacts of hospitals being bombed or ambulances targeted by gunfire. And we also hear from doctors working in war zones, especially protracted conflicts such as Afghanistan or Iraq, about the daily realities which prevent life-saving care. They speak of threats from armed men in emergency rooms, ambulances blocked from entering neighborhoods, equipment and medicines in drastic shortage. They also speak of desperate family members who attempt to terrorize doctors in prioritizing their loved ones at the barrel of a gun. In countries in Central and South America, communities are unable to access health services because of invisible borders, fault lines between territories of armed gangs who prevent the population from moving freely and exercising their most basic rights. Such circumstances don't make headlines, but their consequences aren't any less tragic. The protection of the medical mission is at the origin of international humanitarian law and is a building block of our humanity. That anyone who is wounded or sick, irrespective of whether they are friend or foe, deserves to be treated with humanity, and that those caring for them should have special protection. These universal principles are also at the heart of professional medical ethics, which do not change whether in conflict or outside of conflict. Attacks on healthcare are therefore attacks on the whole profession. Health workers around the world, both civilian or military, understand this truth. They recognize that an attack on one is an attack on all of us. We share a common goal of ensuring the safety of the medical mission as well as the impartial delivery of healthcare. With this in mind, the ICRC has mobilized organizations representing 30 million healthcare workers to protect healthcare by influencing changes to military practice through domestic laws and safeguarding hospitals. Over the past years, this network has pooled their expertise and used their global outreach to document and analyze violence and attacks in active conflict zones. They have used their extensive networks to educate young healthcare professionals about to enter the job market, where sadly too many of them are bound to encounter violence and insecurity. We are pleased to have the expertise and contributions of the ICMM as a member of this powerful community. The ICMM has also been a key advisor in helping us to develop common ethical principles for healthcare in times of armed conflict and other emergencies. These principles are an important framework to ensure healthcare is provided without discrimination. Military medical personnel have a crucial role to play in protecting healthcare by upholding international humanitarian law. The ICRC works with militaries and non-state armed groups around the world to increase knowledge of international humanitarian law and to strengthen military doctrine, rules of engagement, and practice. We are currently conducting new research to better understand how state armed forces have integrated rules pertaining to the protection of the medical mission in military doctrine and operational practice. We hope this study will allow for more informed engagement with individual states and other actors in partnered military operations to improve guidance on planning and conducting military operations with due consideration of protection of healthcare. It is my hope that the international healthcare community will continue to be a strong influencer. Given the huge levels of suffering through the world, it is through our collective action that we will be able to deliver the best possible assistance. We look forward to future opportunities to partner with the ICMM, and I wish you a fruitful Congress. We hope that together we can protect healthcare and deliver better health outcomes for millions around the world.